everybody is talking about the big Oscar mix-up, announcing the wrong movie as Best Picture winner, announcing La La Land, and then get people getting up and starting to give their speeches, and then turning out, oh my gosh, no, it was really Moonlight. And it's funny because I haven't heard anyone yet. Not certain if anyone else has really talked about this, but no one that I've listened to has talked about how this is the most obvious planned ploy to get higher ratings, to have people talk about the Oscars again. It's so weird to me because it's so incredibly obvious. The Oscars have had declining ratings for years. The past 2 years in particular have been some of the worst in recent history as far as ratings for the Oscars. There's nothing really that has drawn people to it, nothing that's super exciting. Interest has been waning for years in the Oscars. And one, they need something, some sort of big scandal, some sort of big show, something to bring people back next year, to bring people back this year as far as talking about the Oscars and leading up to the future. And this was the perfect opportunity. You had La La Land, which was going in as sort of the favorite, the one that's most likely to win, and then you have Moonlight coming in and actually being the winner. And it's something where I know some people are going to take away and not really listen carefully to what I'm saying and think that I'm saying that Moonlight won because of its more diverse cast. But I'm not saying that. I'm saying Moonlight didn't lose because of its more diverse cast. It's a very different thing to say it won because versus it didn't lose because. Because the Oscar is not really about what was the actual best film that year. I mean, even trying to be as objective as possible, that's a hard thing to say. What it really comes down to is what image does the Academy want to present that year? What image of American cinema, of Hollywood at that time is most appropriate? And in this political climate, something like Moonlight winning Best Picture is the correct choice to present the image that they want to present. And again, I'm not saying one film deserved to win over the other. I'm just saying that in a different political climate, in a different year, La La Land would have won, would have been the clear winner. And this, making this not just Moonlight as the winner, which would have been great publicity and great image presentation, but having there be this big snafu, having this big mistake evolved in the naming of Moonlight as Best Picture winner, added so much more publicity to this image-creating film. And again, I'm not saying one film's better than the other. I mean, I'm saying this is why that film won. One of the best films of the year marked against one of the other best films of the year. The winner is going to be what creates the better image at the time. And over the past 2 years or so, the issue of diversity and whitewashing within Hollywood has come back again. It's one of those issues that has never gone away, ever, and has not really improved, but as far as the public eye, as far as it being a topic that's widely discussed, it comes and goes over the years. It'll show up with a certain movie or a certain topic or a certain actor. Something will spark conversation again, and people will be all up in arms. And then it kind of goes away again, and people start talking about the issue again. And not a lot happens. It just kind of comes and goes. But lately, there's been a lot of pressure in Hollywood to fix that diversity issue. And not just racial diversity, but as far as like women characters, female characters being presented in a certain light. And a lot of that is now becoming of increasing importance because Hollywood as a whole is seen as being very anti-Trump. That's not to say everyone who's an actor, everyone who's in Hollywood has a certain view, but on the whole, the image that's created is a very anti-Trump. And when you're taking that stance, but you also have a diversity issue that's really at odds with the message that's being delivered. So the best thing to do is we need to find, hopefully, there needs to be a movie that year that could rightfully be Best Picture, something that is actually a really good movie that can also fit that image that is trying to be created. And it's just so bizarre to me that I haven't heard anyone talk about the fact that this was such an obvious ratings grab and was really just trying to show a certain image. Again, it's not really what picture was the best that year, it's what picture that is actually a good enough movie to at least be logically considered to be Best Picture fits the image best that year. So just want to talk about that, kind of something that's a little off topic for my channel, not something I normally get into, but it's just so weird to me with the amount of coverage that I've heard and read about this issue that I've yet to see or hear anyone talk about that. And again, maybe some other people have, just nothing that I've seen. It's such a bizarre thing, and I'm wondering why is this going over so many people's heads. Hollywood needs to fix its actual diversity issue, not just try and do damage control on its image every once in a while.